a kapha body or whatever the case is. They can come up in any combination. Every person has all three of the doshas in every part of their body. Think of those again like the koshas, like I was talking about before. So even though you may have pitta primarily in your mind, in your mental body, you also have vata in your mental body, and you also have kapha in your mental body. And the doshas are also forces. Like vata is the force of movement. So any type of process in your body, which is basically all of them, like respiration and perspiration and elimination and circulation, these all come from vata. So we all have this force. We have to, or we wouldn't exist. And then pitta is the force of heat or transformation because it has fire in it. And it's also digestive fire. And then kapha is the force of cohesion. So it's like you could have these other two things, but if it doesn't all come together, there is no you. And this is also in the external environment. And so the doshas, where they get interesting with, they get interesting in terms of self-discovery, just seeing like, oh, they're like certain foods that, I've always noticed. I'm a pitta, and when I eat ginger, I get like too much digestive capacity, and I end up getting acid reflux. Or, I'm vata, and when I eat dry crackers, then I end up getting bloated or I get gas. Because they also exist in the mental plane and the emotional plane, then you start to notice like I just from knowing you, Kara, when you get mentally out of balance pitta wise, then you start getting irritable. So pitta, like all of the doshas can be explained through the gunas. We know the gunas from yoga philosophy, but the gunas are 20 pairs of opposites. They're different in yoga philosophy than in yoga philosophy, but they can all be described. Pitta, fire, if you look at it, it's like hot and it's spreading and it's kind of oily and it's mobile. And so you have some symptom, something that looks not like the usual you, then you have to be able to describe it. And then when you can describe it, then you get a feeling for where the imbalance is coming from. So if it's irritability, then irritability looks like hot, and then it starts to spread. It's the pitta dosha going out of balance.
But everything is about balance, isn't it? Like to balance, you gotta like be in balance also with these constitutions in yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. But what the balance is a lot of people think that balance means that they want to have 33% of each of them, and that's not the case. The balance comes from your vikruti, your imbalanced nature, looking like balanced nature. So if that means that you balanced is 60% pitta and 25% kapha and 15% vata, then that's balance for you.
Yeah. And how can people find out what they are or how much they have inside of them? Like, do you have to, like, how does that work? Do you go to a coach?
Best way would be to go to an Ayurvedic doctor and have them like do an actual full analysis. But many people don't have access to an Ayurvedic doctor near them. There are a lot of online surveys that will give you general feeling for your dosha combination. But one of the problems with the online surveys is that they mix vikruti and prakruti together because you might not necessarily remember that, if I'm just looking at a physical symptom, that your hair used to be really thick and it only got thin recently, for instance. Or that like you, I don't know, started to get have anxiety daily. That was a new thing. So you might be testing how you are now, which is imbalanced. There are some that are a little better. And then there are some that are not so good. I like John Doulard. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I like his the best.
Okay.
Because he breaks it down based on physical, mental, and emotional. Okay, perfect. Because just to say that might not be enough to really understand.
And people can go to his website or something, Kari?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
I'll pop it in the notes. Yeah, we'll put it in the notes put it in the notes for people to go, because I think it is really, really interesting, because I definitely, because I did an Ayurvedic sort of detox diet, I think last year or so, and so then I learned, well, I already knew about my constitution, but it was really interesting to also then see the foods that I shouldn't really be eating. And I thought, like, yeah, I do, I do get like pains or, problems with these foods, but I never really put one and one together, Well, beetroot, for example, for me has always been quite, not so good. And eggplant was something that was in my list. I shouldn't really, or at least, like that was something that I shouldn't really, and I love it, but I do know that it's not very, very good for me. And of course, unfortunately, which is something that my teacher said, my Ayurvedic teacher, is that I shouldn't eat so spicy because of my pizza. But I love spicy food. She's like, you have enough fire already, which is true. But yeah, so
it's also learn. I was actually listening to this really interesting podcast where they were talking about when kids start to learn to take spicy foods. And it was in Latin America, and they were also testing dogs. So they were seeing give dogs, hungry dogs on the street. And they're like, would they eat spicy? If you give them spicy, like beans and rice, or you give them not spicy beans and rice, which one will they go to?
Yeah.
And they found that the same thing that was for when dogs were really hungry, they would always eat the non-spiced first, and then they would go to the spice. But they also did the same thing with children. Mm-hmm. So at some point you learned to eat spice, especially considering you don't digest it well, which also suggests that it's not necessarily part of your nature. Because you like something,
doesn't mean it's part of your nature. No, exactly. Yeah. Wow. So, and can people still join your courses, Kari? Are you when are you starting one again? Are you doing it at the moment? Tell us.
I have one right now that I'm in the middle of teaching, and then I think that I will just do the next one in the spring, because I'm going to be redoing the course somewhat.
Yeah.
So I think that I'll wait then. I mean, really good times to look at your habits and I think of like the course being like a full kind of mind-body detox.
Yeah.
The natural times to detoxify are the springtime and the fall time. And there's also, like in Ayurveda, there's a buildup of one of the doshas goes into excess at seasonal junctures, and so it's a good time to actually clean up the excess buildup from the previous season. Like there's a big buildup of heat, which might have been maybe that was a reason why you wanted to detox in the wintertime. But a big buildup of heat all around. I mean, mental heat, like people get really irritable in the summer. Things starts coming on work-wise, then it starts to build up. So you release all of the build up. And so I'm orienting more towards doing it alone.
But you also have a website, right, where people can sign up for your newsletter and everything.
That's my name, www.karizabel.com. And then the coaching information is under /coaching. If you go to the inspiration section too on my website, you'll see newsletters. I write newsletters, as you mentioned.
Absolutely. I really love them. So I'll put this all into the notes, and I want to thank you so very, very much for taking your precious time to talk to me and all of us, all the listeners. And it was really, it's so interesting, because I could talk for hours and hours and hours about this stuff, because I find it so interesting. But thank you so much. And
we're really on the cutting edge of things. So hot now.
Yes. So thank you so much, Kari, and thank you so much, listeners, for listening. This was Kari all the way from Munich. We had a lovely conversation. I will put all of her information in the notes. Make sure to check it all out. So much resources that we spoke about in the bit of the half an hour that we just had. And I hope to hear you all again for the next episode. And remember, be good to yourself, be good to others, especially the animals. Thank you. Bye.